Hey guys, John from ARTV. It's time for a review of the most recent Jason Mraz record. It's titled Yes! An explosion! All capital letters and an exclamation point. Jason Mraz hasn't put out an album since 2012's Love is a Four-Letter Word, which debuted at number 2 on the charts, and so did this new record here, Yes. He stuck at number 2. Weird Al beat him out this time. And quite the accomplishment there for Al, so props to you, sir. A very solid record. Mraz reminds me a whole lot of Edward McCain, a singer who you might know for his track I Could Not Ask for More, and there's been several different renditions of that one, but I can't help hearing it on some tracks here on this new album. I feel like Jason Mraz lately, with each album he's been releasing, has just been getting cheesier and cheesier, and it's been harder to sell me on it at this point, I guess you could say. I got into him, I guess, when everyone else did, whenever he had that really long, slow-burning hit single, I'm Yours, back in 2008. Checked out more of his work, some of his older stuff, his current album at the time, and I kind of got into him. There was a time in high school where I considered myself a pretty big Jason Mraz fan, but at the time of his 2012 release, I could not get hyped whatsoever for that record, and once this one came around, I heard the lead single, Love Somebody. I just genuinely thought that I was going to be turned off by this record. I thought that it was just going to be so cheesy that it was not going to be anything that I could access or even review. I decided to check it out. I started listening to it on Spotify, and I found my expectations highly exceeded. I'm not going to say that this is a really solid pop record, but it's something that you can slightly sink your teeth into. It's something that is very breezy in nature. It has a very soothing and soulful approach on most of its tracks, and it's something that I could see getting played at your end of the summer, going away to college pool party. I don't think it would be suitable for your next house party, but I think it would be something that would please people if you were just kind of hanging out and needed some background music. It's something that has very uplifting tones at times. He has lyrics that deal with just everyday life, loss, worry, and just living life in love. There's some very positive tracks, and then there's ones that are much more introspective and are much more curious and even worrisome. He worries about the state of the current world and his current relationships. I think the worst track on the record, though, is Three Things. The track feels like a children's choir should be popping in at any time on the backing vocals and just kind of sending that one home, just because of the fact that it feels like he's reading a storybook here. Jason Mraz's lyrics often, to me, feel like he's just sitting there, sitting in front of a group of kids, pulls out his acoustic guitar, and just starts playing like at all times he's singing to a group of small children. Like he's telling a story that's been told a million times, and the kids are all still somewhat interested, but the adults are in the background kind of with their arms crossed, reading a book, not really paying attention. I can't help but feel like the adult in the back of the room with the arms crossed sometimes. Not to say that there aren't good pop jams here on this record, it's just that far too often I find myself living in a cliche when I'm listening to this record. But, like I said, some of these breezy pop jams are really solid and very tasteful. Hello You Beautiful Thing is one that popped up to me right off the bat. Rise is an instrumental that really kind of got me into the record, even though it did not transition very well into the track Love Someone. I just don't feel like it's a very solid single whatsoever. It didn't really get any airplay, and I think a better single could have definitely been picked, although he released pretty much half of the record before Yes even officially dropped. I really wish artists would stop doing that. Long Drive is one that I can kind of relate to lyrically because of the fact that, sure, it's been sung about, but I felt this one was pretty creative because it's just nice to get out there and kind of clear your thoughts and kind of escape reality sometimes. Out of My Hands is one that I thought was pretty enjoyable. Lyrically, I'm really into the track Quiet. I like the fact that he wrote about the changing and just how fearsome he is of change in his life, whether it be a relationship, the state of music, the world around him and all of us is always changing and evolving, and what I took away from this one is just that we need to stop focusing on the fact that we cannot keep up with the pace of society and how everything's always changing. We just need to live in the moment and live with and for those who make us happy and who are always there for us. Best Friend is one of my favorite jams on the record, feeling very soulful and just obviously very thankful if you've listened to the track. I can't help but feeling like part of it is like the linear notes to an album where he's sitting there thanking a huge list of people for things that they've done for him, but to an extent I understand it and I'll let it slide. It does get a little repetitive, but I really do like the kind of mellow vibe and just the positive feels that are generating from this track. I just don't see this record as being much of a go-to record for me. It's sadly, like so many albums these days, one where I can just pull a few tracks from it and enjoy those for what they are, but not really feeling the whole record on this one. It clocks in at about 50 minutes. It feels very lengthy, and there's a lot of tracks that feel kind of filler and a little bit unnecessary to me. I'm probably kind of split down the middle on this one. I want to know what you guys think about it. If you've heard it, let me know in the comments section down below. There's a link to stream it for free down below as well. For me, this is a 3 out of 5. So like I said, if you've heard Yes, let me know your thoughts on it in the comments section down below. I'm going to be back in full swing with reviews within the next couple of weeks once albums start flowing a little bit more consistently. I'm kind of on a mini vacation right now, and I'm also very busy with my other job right now. It's one of our busiest months. But thank you for hitting the like button on this video, supporting it. If you would like to see my most recent review, you can click right here to go to that. It was Sam Smith's In the Lonely Hour. Or you can click right over here, that'll take you to my second channel. I made a video with my dad. You guys seem to really like the first one. This time, it's his karaoke, his leaked karaoke audition reel, and I thought it turned out pretty funny. It's a little sketch we did, so I hope you enjoy that. Make sure you subscribe to the channel for future reviews, and I will see you very soon right here on ARTV, Beyond the Reviews.